Hello, Brad Bob here with Bob Financial, and I want to talk today about TSP distributions, taxes, details, 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 details. Details matter, okay? I had a consultation with a federal employee today, and his situation, it's not uncommon. I do hear this somewhat frequently of somebody close to retiring. They may be renting a house at the time, or they may be moving, and they need to take some money out of TSP for a down payment. Now, in general, I recommend not doing this, but sometimes it has to happen. And in this case, it needed to happen. So his plan was to take out $100,000 from TSP. He's retiring here at the end of the month, and then he wants to take out 100 grand to use as a down payment on a house. So we talked, talked a fair amount, shared some details, and if he takes $100,000 out this year, so that's one, he's going to take $100,000 out of TSP, okay? So that's his initial plan. He had another $30,000 till the 22% tax bracket, okay? So, in other words, he's going to pay 12% income taxes on $30,000, and then he's going to pay 22% on $70,000. Okay, so 12% here, we're looking at what, 3,600. Okay, and then 22% of another 70,000. Then we're talking 14. Then we're talking 15,400. Okay, so he would lose $19,000 to taxes if he does it his way and does that with that's his plan that he does. Okay, so we talk a little bit more. In that $100,000, it doesn't necessarily need to be 100. Maybe it can be a little bit less. So we talk a little bit, and we figure out a better plan would be to take out $30,000 this year. Okay, so $30K in 2021. And then take out $50K in 2022. Okay? Now, why do we do that? Because he's going to stay in a 12% bracket this year, taking out $30,000, and then next year, still going to stay in the 12% tax bracket. Okay? So, instead of paying $19,000 in taxes, he's going to end up paying, what is it, $9,600? Somebody check my math. It's my math right there. 80,000 times 0.12 equals $9,600 in taxes. Okay? So that's what he's going to end up paying instead. Now, to be fair, if we reduce this by $20,000, this is going to get reduced by $4,400, and then he's going to end up paying $14,600 in taxes. But still, it's going to save him $5,000 in taxes by doing it this way. Okay, but there's one more caveat here. So we talk a lot about TSP in retirement versus IRA in retirement. What's more flexible? What's better? And the bottom line is IRAs are more flexible, period. Okay? In multiple ways, but those other ways are a story for another day. But one of the important ways is with withholding. Okay? As far as tax withholding goes. So if this federal employee or soon to be retiree, if he's to take a distribution this year of this $30,000, guess what TSP is going to do? They are going to withhold they're going to withhold 20%. Mandatory 20% withholding from his $30,000. Okay? Now he needs that money. He needs that money like soon. Okay? As a down payment on a house. Then what's even worse, okay, so that's going to be adjusted when he does his taxes probably next March. He could probably get them done late February, early March. And then it'll get adjusted and, he'll get the money eventually. But yet, federal government's going to hold it until then. But what's an even bigger deal is this $50,000. If he takes this $50,000 out in January, guess what they're going to do? They're going to withhold 20% again. Okay? So they're going to withhold 20% again. So he's only going to get $40,000, yet he's only going to pay 12% income taxes on it. So he has to wait. If he takes it out in January, then he has to wait until March of 2023 before he gets that money back, and before he recoups that when he does his income taxes for the year. So this is an issue with TSP. Now, to get around doing these things, guess what we're going to do? Or guess what I recommended he does? Take this money. So take this $80,000 he's taking out, move that money to an IRA. Okay? He takes that money out, he moves it to an IRA. Guess what the IRA will allow you to do? It'll allow him to withhold 12% federal income taxes versus doing a mandatory withholding of 20%. Okay? Financial planning is all about being as efficient as you can, and you need to know the rules, okay, when you're doing things. You need to know taxes, mandatory withholding from TSP, how it works taking money from IRAs, the sequence of taking withdrawals, how it affects your income taxes, okay? Just a couple more small ways, details here to save people money, okay? So if you're doing this stuff on your own, make sure you understand all this stuff. If not, find somebody to help you out. Okay, that's all I have for today. Hope that helps.